Go ahead and verification check, ensure that everything is still on our end. We'll start our introduction. USA Team Handball is live. We are live here. Welcome one, come all to the 2026 edition of the NACHC Senior Men's World Qualifiers here in Iowa. I'll be your host today, Kurt Schaefer. And before we get going with the pregame celebrations, we just have a little bit more information going on after that. We would go ahead, or we would like to go ahead and start taking responses to making this happening, as well as thank all the men and women for their time and effort. It is been a heck of a time for everything involved, and they've been able to really pull off something great here. So the teams can give us a good response. I'm going to go start for two. We'll be getting to you, getting the celebrations, give us some ministerial work. All right, and after a brief intermission, I actually go here. We would like to go ahead, take this time now, and start running through some of our sponsorship commercials. Right back after this.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunneborg, we are close.
Discover a treasured part of Florida called the Jewel of the Treasure Coast. For good reason. A fusion of coastal old Florida and new adventures, where sunset dining intertwines with vibrant local art scenes. And tea times meet game days for effortless enjoyment. Uncovered treasure in St. Lucie, Florida.
After that, thank you once again to the sponsors. Looks like the teams are finishing preparatory work here to be before we start operating festivities. So the teams will be produced along with their team sheets, at which point in time the national anthem for both teams separately will be played. And we will start from there. Worth noting that although we do have improved audio today, you may still not be able to hear the announcements for team names. Do not worry, we have a roster right here at the media table, and I will go ahead and read that out for you as well, so everybody gets a shot and good serve with your minutes. Up next after this one, the United States taking on Team Canada. Mountains come down in north play us, and both these teams quite a lot on the line. The United States 2-0 on the terms. Canada dropping a game to Greenland in 100 minutes. You can see a large amount of handball this weekend as well as the U.S. Open Championship starts up for us. Starting tonight, actually, at 8:45 p.m. Central Time. Those streams will be run once again through the USA Team Handball homepage on YouTube. And in future, once we get it set up, we'll also be streaming on Facebook throughout the weekend. I'll be right here for all three of those games. That's going to be this, obviously, Mexico, Greenland. After that, United States, Canada. And finally, to close out the night, we have Chicago Inter taking on the Denver Wolves. As the teams exit now, we are going to shortly begin our pregame festivities. Now, Team Green has been introduced as they make their way over to the starting line. Greenland, of course, coming off of a 1-1 tie so far. Who takes their introduction as Stanley Young's team on down as well. Teams currently sitting at 0-2 with strong hopes to make it out of this one with the wins of And as we finish up the national anthems, both sides, the respective teams take to their bench. We'll start here shortly. Once again, thank you all for tuning in on this broadcast. The NACHC 2026 Men's Seniors World Qualifiers. We've got a heck of a show in store for you here. Both these teams have plenty to play for, plenty to win, plenty to lose. Everything up on the wrong side of it. This halftime, we're going to have a couple different videos for you guys to watch. Got some notes from the USA team handball head coach, as well as a brief explainer of the scoreline for you guys. Not to mention, last but not least, some commercials brought to you by our thankful sponsors. Here as the referee looks, gives the ball to the Mexican captain there. Go ahead and begin introducing the players so that everyone's on the screen. Go ahead and get the names in. Once again, we understand that the fourth sound may not come through the best on our microphone side. So, starting off with Mexico, we have the team list starting with number 2, Ian Ramses Martinez Gutierrez. Number 4, Jesus Arturo Sandoval Valere. Number 6, Juan Mayoral Rojas. Number 7, Brian Maltos Cortinas. Number 8, Jose Alfonso Flores Wolfgang. Number 10, Daniel Ubaldo Marquez Camino. Number 11, Victor Rafael Altamirano. Number 13, Jose Sebastian Galvez Campos. Number 17, Santiago Roman Krebschi. Number 18, Osvaldo Pascual Maya Pedraza. Number 21, Manuel Rivas Zazalecan. Number 24, Victor Enrique Salgado Estenin. Number 25, Carlos Alejandro Maya Pedraza. Number 28, Juan Humberto Anguian Lopez. Number 44, Juan Pablo Maya Pedraza. And finally, the team number 7, Said Morales Diaz. Mexico is additionally represented by official A, Angel Rojas Rodriguez, and official B, Jose Rafael Santos Barros. The team in from Nook today, representing Greenland. Number 6, Archibald Tobias Leonard. Number 7, Lars Ole Lever. Number 8, Kusagat Inir Nielsen Isaacson. Number 9, Inir Osterman Solon. Number 10, Steen Mir Peter Malik Weissmuller. Number 11, Paula Sandberg. Number 13, Ron Wilson. Number 14, Inuk Number 15, Noah John Davidson. Number 16, Adrian Sandbridge. And number 33, Nick Greenland, additionally represented by their coaching staff. Official A, Amy Wilson. Official B, Official D, and Greenland starts off strong already, showing a new face on the backfield from yesterday. They were back by number 9, Western. Today it looks like they're going to start their attack, represented by number 15, Davidson. Davidson looks out to the left, calls for a big pass, for the last one is in. It goes back to the left hand, and swings back to the right and center, back to the case, and they take it out. And Greenland loses they do lose because they're right to head on to it. Perfectly says it in their run Mexico. Mexico now on the attack with a unfortunately different look as usual, as number 18 for Mexican side, Valdemar Pedraza, is not able to return from his injury yesterday. Mexico now starts with a pivot cross of their own. This with center back out to the right back getting help, and the referee gives Greenland the defender a little bit of time. And we resume. Empty cross now from the left. Goes back to the left back position. And Bradley gives goal. Does it send it on? Did a very good job this tournament so far in that spot. We'll see if he can pull out a win for his side today. So also this score remained 1-0. Greenland went down early to the United States last game and unfortunately had to go into an interesting tactic. They pulled their goalies from basically the 15th minute onwards for the rest of the game. And ended up punching them dearly on quite a lot of possessions where they were left. No goal in the U.S. playing capital. Greenland is not looking to get that position today. Players, Greenland is going to be the team to beat for this next final. Let's go out in the center. Taking the 7 is Greenland captain Minnesota. Man, 7. Number 24, Victor Salgado. He is their backup for starter in goal. Number 17, Santiago Crabtree, has been a serious stalwart, one of the rocks for this team. With they don't have the official tally, but quite a lot of saves against both of their previous opponents. Next one, wing pass with the pivot. Into the center, goes to the right. Back to the center. Center back looking for an opening, takes a jump shot, and it's 50 out. Let's go next. If you notice from the lineup, there are 3 brothers on the team. The Pedraza brothers, 3 of them, of course, supported by their country and by their parents here today. I think that was all final. Greenland goes for a pivot cross. Tries to set something up. Next, go play the final. Usually, trying to left back. And the back goes for it. Greenland will be keep possession. Greenland has a cross. Goes back and sends it out. What's in here? 15 from making these 3 passes to the last minute. Greenland do the center there. Score 3-1. Now Mexico starts their own attack. Looking into the middle, that's once again number 2, Jesus Sandoval. And the right back will cross with the right wing. Nothing to do there, just setting, giving some machine base towards the tip. It's very, that's long the attack now goes out to go back to the center. The center takes the shot. Yes, he does. But hopefully, it's the other on it. This Mexican team might be known to still extremely skilled. Certainly some of the best handballers in the room right now for sure. Speaking of the room, we do not like a lot of and fans. As the U.S. Open tournament this weekend kicks off later tonight, most of those players are checking in now, and quite a lot of them are doing what they can to get some eyes on some green from them. Nice break through his name to do it. Mexico gets an interception, and it looks like they're going to see. Yeah, it's going to break like a quick reactions. Maybe that's that youth at play there, but quick reactions leads to their goal, and it's now all tied up here. The goal 3-3. Greenland now looking to establish. We still have not seen the man from last night. Also, usually comes in good enough in the center back. So something out today to start. I wonder if you're putting in later before Greenland out to the right. Goes out to the center, goes out to the right. Outside tries to find the rim. Just another to Mexico stack. Still now running the start. So Mexican, yep. So that was Mexican winning by fair, big step out of bounds. Marbury is this, so it really exciting. Mexican possession ball. Next in left hand goes to number 2, goes out to the right. Mexico attacking through the center now on an overload play. And defense, a little too much offensive movement to be a foul, a little too much defensive movement for it to be a charge. So I'll just be regular decent. Mexico now from the middle, trying to do it a right cross. They get it through, and they dump down the pit. Oh, it's going to great attack. Greenland now getting a lot of pressure on from Mexican defense. It's in Whitney's ball. Mexico is not unwilling to step off early and get it. Greenland is now on the attack. Looking out to the right, goes to the center, goes to the big place. Big cross is in the back passes to the right, goes to the right, and this into this lead, 4-3. Mexico now on their attack, they look to respond quickly. Mexico from their right, goes with the right, goes again, goes back to the left, to the center back. About a center back there for it today. Mexico crossing out, double trucks. And they fight about the breakaway, and they go this break's not going to get it. Mexico's able to get back on defense in time. Restarting the attack from the middle, and they're going to go to the cross. Passing the center back out to the right, more back in the play. They try to find it. The defense will be rewarded with a 2-minute Mexico. To our defense. 7 as well as Greenland goes to the line. That's number 33 again, Minical. Man off Mexico, number 10, Daniel Marquez. Okay. Referee has some words for it. And that will not go. However, Hawk on rebound. Still working for us. Spawn the attack. Walking into their set piece. No real need to press anything too far. We're barely 10 minutes into this thing. Plenty of time left. Nobody seems to be in a worse too fast. Mexico goes with a right pass to the center, sending it out to the right again. And the center drops the ball, picks it up, tries to get to the left there. He's going to go. Greenland under six. Greenland passes down, goes out. Tries to find the lead. They do find the lead. They guess it's Mexico trying to go with a zero goalie setup since they're on that suit. He's punished for it. Score Mexico 4, Greenland 5. Mexico now on the attack, looking to level it out again. Mexico on the attack, tries to go through. Mexico now through the middle, goes out to the right again. Right back, tries to find the left back on the double cross. Goes out, double case, and the save. Goalie, easy save. Mexico. Oh, dude, fourth stays where it is. Mexico back on the attack again. If that 2-minute winds down, they're going to have to get their 5th-man or their 7th-man back. And just like that, the goalie does trot on. Mexico not choosing to go with Green's previous attacking 7 from yesterday. But then again, down one's not the same. I mean, not quite the deficit in the United States. So the smooth shot is back. Not going to get it though. They do get in the Mexico restarts the ball from the 9. Passes out to the right. Empty straight. But it's also go through. Nice Olsen with a keep out. Mexico gets the ball back. They pick up from the field team. Mexico now down to the left. They still don't get that one either. That's the saves. 7 for Mexico, taken by the 57, Saeed Mons. Steps up to take. Olsen looks to save. And he doesn't get the save. There'll be a no goal for Mexico. Stepped over the line. Greenland now on the attack. First on the set piece. The number 18, Marco Weissler, taking man in charge with. When it starts with crossing maneuver, moves for pivot, moves the backs. Out to the left, back in the center. Center clock takes the 15 minutes to the game. And goes up 6 goals. Referee calls the Mexican side back to the reset. Mexico will start this. Goes out left. Center right to the middle. Center back goes out to the right. Doesn't continue over there. That's play again. Where he wants to take his position. There's a pivot sitting down between the 2 and the 3. That's something. Center back goes to the left wing. Left wing cross. That's something we haven't seen from Mexico this tournament so far. Goes all the way around on the order rotate to the wing and he gets a goal from the right wing. Goes through the pivot. Out to the center back again, center back to the right. Right back to the center. Center looks to the right. Right back moves through the center and just goes for a breakthrough there. Hits the defense hard. It'll be a 9. Greenland to restart from the 9. No way for the whistle to pass this one out. Some interesting moves early on from Mexico. We haven't really seen the center to win us in previous games. Gotta wonder if they're adapting that strategy for Green or because they 2 right now in the season. So No puff out for the left wing, passes it, and that's good from the left wing there. Mexico only down two halfway through this half. Probably in a comfortable position for what they were hoping for against this Greenland team. Mexico down yet another player from that 2 minute earlier. They're going to pull the goalie. Will it be enough? Put it down between the 2 and 3 on the right this time. And it looks like a empty pass from the center back to the right back pass straight through. Tries to jump down to the left back, doesn't get it. And Greenland tries to get a launch pass goal, doesn't go. It's over the line, so they'll have to reset on the spot. And now time. No. That's a position. Looks like they're going to stick to their Greenland attack control of the day. And center back is straight through and gets it. Easy work for the center back. Mexico leaving a huge hole wide open in the center there. This will probably be the last attack on that too for Mexico. They do pull the goalie and they wait for the sixth player to get on the 14. They go out to the left of the base pitch. Left wing president can go through. But center back right wing cross out, dumps down on an overload, and the ball to front of it. Then seconds left now, and that 2 minute does expire. Mexico's back to full. Greenland from the left wing. So that 2-goal lead to a 4-goal lead. So Mexico's going to go ahead and take their first time out of the game. We're going to go ahead and take a brief commercial break.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunderborg, we are close.
And we're back in action here in Bettendorf. Not quite Sunderborg. Denmark. A little bit less modern. Mexico now from the set piece. They look to the wing. They call center back right in front of us. Center back goes over, and that one's going to be Greenland's ball. And then put out on the move. They go to the right back. Right back tries to find the good. He's not able to do a clever. Oh, what would have been a beautiful goal by the right wing. Not going to go in. Mexico now breakaway. There again, looks like a little bit of defensive miscommunication by Greenland crossing there as Mexico narrows the lead to 3. Ball out right. Left back on empty cross now. Noah turns through and tries to break through. This is down to the right back. 17 now. Cross it to right back. Pitches all the way to the left. Left back can't get through. So back. Not either. No. Maybe a save. Number 24 for Mexico. Mexico now trying to get their own momentum going for the attack. Mexico getting jump shot and good save by Icicles. Greenland in no hurry to start their attack. They Call for the pivot cross. They go with the pivot cross. Long pass three once again. Is a little less than the third. But this time at the right wing, and he gets it to Greenland, short point lead. Mexico with a couple fresh faces on the court now. Number 8 over at right back. That's Jose Flores. He goes through and let's have some media contribution. Listen, take everything out of there. Greenland now. Stand again. Mexico not getting back in the time of scores. 6-11 to Greenland. So now, empty cross left. And that takes it, that gets it. Beautiful setup, beautiful play, beautiful goal. A lot of times teams try to be very complex in their attacks. Sometimes it's going to put the right guy in motion. Greenland now goes with their pivot cross. Not really speed. It's an interesting move where the pivot cross the center because it goes out of the left hand. So it goes first position. Going the right back, swings that. He takes it for his forward. That'll be a forward to Greenland. And again, in the center, to do a double cross. No momentum with it. You go to the center, and goes to the left, long. Greenland wing gets it, Greenland wing misses. Now the next goes to second. Mexico now. Considering setup, trying to narrow that lead further. Number 8 takes a shot, and that's not going to go. Just to the right of the post. Greenland. Through the right, yes. Greenland right there. Forcing his way through that one and gets his goal. So now, on the attack, Greenland sends one up, 5-1 defense. So they might even try to press into a 3-3. They don't do it. Mexico sends on a new pivot, number 11, Hector Alpiniano. And wing center cross. Wing tries to break through, doesn't get it. Mexico now. Back into play. They go for an empty cross, go for a double cross. Mexico right wing. Goes for the shot. There'll be a 2-minute for pulling on number 19 for Greenland. That'll be a 7 for Mexico. Be taken by number 57, Saeed Morales. As he steps up to the line. I do believe that is Greenland's first 2-minute of the game. Morales does not get it. But he does get the rebound. Mexico still in this one, still alive, lowers the lead just a little bit further. 3 points now separate Greenland and Mexico. Send it back to the pivot. He goes from empty spot to spot, doesn't go. Back to the stripper, right? Something is open, can't find it. Make it anyway. Putting the center. Mexican defense is going a little confused. Greenland's maneuver. Just like that, Isaac Olsen keeps the shot out. They sub out their own keeper during the team. Look out to the right, so you look to the wing cross. Back to the center for the pivot cross. Greenland's strategy seems to be simple enough. Keep next to Benson on who's running where the ball is going to go. Making the hold the defense just to get to the right. It's number 15 Sales one in 8-14. Even down one, Greenland able to press heavy on the defense. We're back to full in about 10 more seconds. Mexico. Not this would be a little cross, but no, actually, we were just coming off with something in like number 6. Mexico from the middle. Back interplay. Cross, double cross, and Bob's possession. Safely for Greenland. Greenland now. Gets at it. He tries to pass it. That's a double dribble. Mexico now. They let Greenland reset, so they're not going to have any momentum on this one. Out to the right. Back to the center. Center back's pointing where he wants to pivot. Mexico, getting the wings moving. Once again, I suppose that he might be the difference in this game. Puff. And breakthrough. Not going to get it. Referee points to the spot. And the Greenlandic player goes down hard. Definitely some screaming coming from the court, too. That's never a good sign. Referee is yet to call on a team official, and he does that just now. Team official for Greenland's call. Well, we don't have video replay. You guys at home do. It looks like the player went down hard, likely on his head, possibly on his back. I hope he's okay down there. He is able to get up on his own. However, he is bobbling around a little bit. Never a good sign. He will walk off on his own pressure, assisted a little bit by the physio. Crowd and the team's getting the fun. As he exits the play, the 4 officials stand the spot. Referees look it over, and number 33, NACHC, steps up to take the shot. Referee official is stand up forward, so it's really good to stand up. Shots taken, shots good. Ball tap as in 1-2. 15-8. Mexico had it in the first quarter. However, the back half of this half is not looking so bright for them right now. They're going to have to think up something strong. They've been scoring pretty well. That has really been the issue too much. They've bobbled a couple passes here and there, but really their defense has no answer for Greenland's cross-heavy. Looks out right. Ball in the middle. Goes down to the wing, nothing to do. Back to the middle. Left back tries to get it, isn't able to do it. Ref calls it dead, it's out. Referee looking to a spot on the ground, saying is there a little bit too much perspiration there. He doesn't call in the table official yet. Doesn't look like the towels are going to be needed for this one. Just the regular non-reset foul. That starts to the right. Through the CB. Goes out to the wing. Passing around. Circus through the team. Wing on a strong wing. Isn't able to get the shot off in time, though. Was a good move. Back. Goes up. Doesn't get it. That will be a 2-minute. Referee calls a 2-minute. Waiting for the point. 2 minute for pushing. On number 33, the captain, NACHC, who will have to sit. Never something you really want to see happen there, especially your captain going out like that. if you can't tell from the stream, Greenland has a couple guys that definitely outsize Mexico's roster. Oh, except number 11, that pivot down low. He's a big guy. But Tom Wolves, whenever you're a little bit taller or a little bit taller, so whenever you're a little size differentiated, you're allowed to play defense. Otherwise, the rest of the call in. Play too hard, it's going to get called in the center, or at least in the beginning. Your players check on now for Greenland. Newly at CB as Greenland takes timeout. We will be back after a short intermission. We'll go ahead and play another commercial.
Discover a treasured part of Florida called the Jewel of the Treasure Coast. For good reason. A fusion of coastal old Florida and new adventures, where sunset dining intertwines with vibrant local art scenes. And tea times meet game days for effortless enjoyment. Uncovered treasure in St. Lucie, Florida.
And with the remainder of this timeout, starting the halftime show, we're going to give you guys a couple new commercials, a couple new some updates on a U.S. program down in Florida, training the next best athletes we're going to have, as well as a big thing too. Once again, to Thunder Lord for sponsoring and helping out the USA Men's National Team. The referee blows that one live. We could go here in Bettendorf. Freeman starting with a wing cross, goes out to the right, and back. Greenland's strategy so far on offense is simple. If you move faster, if you look at those holes, you're going to be able to score from good guys so far. It's the case. Greenland through the middle, trying to find something that's going to Mexico defense around the middle. Not find an opening. They aren't able to get through the center. Go to the right, go to the left. Left back up shot. They get down. It's the clear road. Going to be called in corner. Greenland wing runs over. Get the pass on one time. Gets the pass up front and waves to the right back. And that'll be a face hit from Mexico. Mexican defender number 7 smacked Greenland in the face. That would count as a 2-minute for Mexico number 7. Definitely not what Mexico wanted, as they had a chance to capitalize a little bit more on the Atlantic 2-minute. Never both did. Get some 5-a-side handball in here for a couple more seconds. And all restarts. See what Greenland does about it. Save. Greenland now goes for the wing pass to the 7. The wing pass to the right side. Hit it past the middle. Full whirlwind pass is going back there. See what they're going to do with it. Just try to break through. Interesting move. And that'll be another 7 as another Greenland player goes down. Worth noting, the selection of moves through that was quite interesting. Greenland went in with their pivot was, however, he hadn't spaced out his mark yet. Ended with the center back running straight through the middle, getting a little beat up there. He went down, but he got up on his own power. As number 11, Macaulay Sandgreen, stepped up to take a shot. And this that 8-16. Now Greenland's doubling Mexico with just under 4 minutes left in this half. Mexico down 2 players after that 7 went to another issue. They're going to try to hold this ball as long as possible. The referee will give them passes eventually. They're in no rush to get back on defense. Down 2 guys. Mexico now going with a pass on the right. 2 guys in the center trying to break through. Not able to do it. Well, we could get possession Mexico. As Isaac Olsen pushes the ball out. Gets it to the Mexican pivot. Not really big. Just has to stand on the end. Mexico trying to go for an overload pass down to the wing. And they're not going to get it. They do retain possession. In motion. still a full 30 seconds left. Boom, still a full 30 seconds left as they lose possession. And that'll be a Greenland goal. Definitely not what Mexico needs right now. Definitely not what Mexico's plan was there. They did a good job to try to break something through, and they did a great job to avoid passes. But ultimately, Greenland does capitalize bringing up two guys. Mexico now going in the middle, trying to get the overload going. And center back, that'll be waved off by the ref with Mexico possession to the 9. Mexico now on the left. Then looks to make magic happen, passes it to the center back. Back goes down to the pivot goal. Just like that, Mexico is able to get something across. And Greenland almost immediately punishes them. However, some Mexico and last just effort by Mexico stops that goal from going. Mexico now on the attack. And they are both back to full teams. Mexico, can they stop the bleeding just a little bit more in this last minute? Well, let's find out. 57 from the left goes to the center. Number 2, he's been their man this entire tournament. Out to the right, empty cross. 57 in the middle. Takes the steps, doesn't go through. Gets it to his center. That'll be at the corner. Touch the Greenland player on the way out. Mexico now on the attack, going to the center. Going through the center, and he gets it. So able to get a little bit back right before halftime. Can they hold on to that hope? And they might just be able to. Greenland loses possession. No, Mexico throws an interception on the inbound. Excuse me. 7 seconds. 5 seconds left now. Greenland, are they going to take it? Yes, they are. And they do get it. No, they do not. The referee blows it. No goal. As they both look to discuss it at the table, what will it be? A great last-second maneuver there. I saw it going before the whistle was blown. We'll see what the referees call. Half ends 10-17 for Mexico, or for Greenland. Mexico down. Well, after one half, there's quite a lot to talk about there. Mexico definitely had a bad streak of twos there. Left their goal open for about 2 or 3 of those goals you see up there. Greenland executing well, able to break through that Mexican defense in a strong way. Most of the time, they do it through multiple crosses, multiple passes, just trying to confuse Mexico on who's going to have the ball, whose position is what, where they're going to be. It's worked for Greenland so far. We'll see if Mexico's able to make something happen there. They have done a couple of new things that I haven't seen before this tournament, but other than that, I'm not really sure that we've seen the end of this one. Can you come back from 7 at halftime? Yes. Is it easy? No, but hey, it's the senior men world qualifier. You got to give it every shot you can. Well, we're going to go into a brief commercial break. Follow that up with some videography for you guys. Got a nice little documentary on USA Handball, handball history.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunderborg, we are close.
Discover a treasured part of Florida called the Jewel of the Treasure Coast. For good reason. A fusion of coastal old Florida and new adventures, where sunset dining intertwines with vibrant local art scenes. And tea times meet game days for effortless enjoyment. Uncovered treasure in St. Lucie, Florida.
USA Team Handball presents What is handball? Handball is the best sport you probably didn't know existed. It's fast-paced, high-scoring. It's a very physical, full-contact sport. It has little to no breaks. It's non-stop action. It requires excellent athleticism, hand-eye coordination, and ball skills. Handball is the sport Americans have been training for their whole lives without even knowing it. It's been an Olympic sport since 1972. Let's get into a quick breakdown of handball. There's 7 players on the court at a time per team. That's 6 field players and 1 goalie. It's played in 2 30-minute halves. The team with the most goals after the second half wins. Games are high scoring. There's approximately 50 plus goals scored each match. A handball is a few inches smaller than a volleyball, but built like a soccer ball. This ball can be thrown over 80 miles per hour, almost as fast as a major league fastball. You can take up to 3 steps before needing to dribble, pass, or shoot. The semicircle surrounding the goal is the goalie area or 6-meter line. That's approximately 20 feet, and only the goalie is allowed in this area. Goals are scored by throwing the ball into the goal from outside of the 6-meter line, or diving into it and throwing before you hit the ground. Handball is a very popular sport around the world. There are 11 million teams, 31 million players, and 167 different countries playing handball. The most recent handball championships welcomed over 900,000 spectators and over 1.6 billion TV views. Handball isn't just an amateur sport. There are professional handball players based in European leagues that compete in the Champions League, just like soccer. Examples of world-class handball clubs that compete in the Champions League include the likes of FC Barcelona and PSG. Here are some headlines regarding handball's presence in America. We don't seem to be the only ones who think the US should be playing handball. Take a look at some of these tweets. Do you think you have what it takes to be an Olympic handball player for the US? Your athletic career doesn't have to be over after high school or college sports. You can still compete at an international and Olympic level. Imagine being awarded a gold medal in the Olympics representing the United States. So we ask you this, why aren't you playing handball? This is America's next great sport. This is handball.
Yeah, for me, it's already been over a 20-year show. And over those 20 years, it's been constant growth and learning through every situation, whether I was coaching a club in Europe or coaching a club in the United States or playing in the United States or playing in Europe. All of those things had a major impact on what the plan is and what, supports the dream. And that plan is now worldwide, and it's going through Denmark. For me, that plan starts with taking care of the athletes that we currently had because they've just accomplished a lot. And how do we take care of those athletes? And then how do we take care of our staff? And then financially, how do we support ourselves? So those 3 points. And then comes the fact of, well, how do you build more Americans in the United States playing handball? And that's one of the greatest challenges we've ever had. And, there's been highs and lows for that. And we are looking for a more consistent method for that, and that's what's going on right now. Well, for a lot of Americans, that dream is to be in the Olympics, and that's a huge dream. And a lot of it is more reality now because LA is in less than 2.5 years. So now, as that reality and people are facing it every day that goes by, people are realizing they're closer to their dream, and more players want to be involved. And I want to do everything that they want to, everything that those players want to accomplish. I want to help them, you know. And there's more than 14 players that want to be in the Olympics. There's a lot more, and going through that and supporting each one of those players is part of the dream I have as well, you know, supporting and then seeing them succeed in that dream. Well, representing the United States is something. It's like representing. If you're from Denmark, it's like when you represent Denmark and you get to put on the colors, you feel, hey, I don't want to lose this, and I want to represent correctly, and I want myself, my staff, and all our players to represent the United States and feel that pride as we, you know, chase not only just this Olympics, but chase the next Olympics after that and the World Championships. And it's going to require a lot of sacrifice from a lot of different people, myself, and a lot of players. Well, the great thing about, you know, being in Denmark and, you know, seeing all the different clubs and the players and the youth and, you know, male and female players, and it's that you can really focus in one area and focus on one thing, and, you know, focus on handball, where for me that's kind of like where Florida will be. Right now I'm recruiting athletes from all over, but as I get associated into Florida, where I am in the Treasure Coast, is, you know, to focus on that area and now really incorporate some handball structure in that area. Now it takes time, and, you know, we have a facility, and that's what I will encourage. And I'm encouraging, you know, any club in the United States, whether it's, you know, Cal Heat or New York or LA or Chicago or all the clubs, Ohio State, these college clubs, North Carolina, they all have an infrastructure and they're building within their area, you know. So that's kind of, if you can support those clubs and support, you know, the area and let them work, that's going to be a huge step for handball. For me, the answer is pretty easy. Focus on where you are in the United States, and do what you can in there, and just do your one job well. And when you do that one job, everything sort of, the dominoes start taking effect, because people want to be a part of successful things.
Some nice words of wisdom there from USA Team Handball head coach Mark Ortega. As the clock winds down, just about 5 minutes left at halftime, we've like to remind you guys of future events. We, after this, have the United States take on Canada, same that time, same that place. Afterwards, the Chicago Inter play against Denver Wolves to start off the 2026 U.S. Open Championships. We're going to have handball going all weekend long here in Bedford, Iowa, with 3 days, 4 days if you count tonight, 3 days of straight USATH Open Championships, and one more round, the medal round, gold and bronze, for the 2026 NACHC Men's Worlds. If you're interested in that, and if you want to know more about it, you can go ahead and follow us on Instagram at USA Team Handball. You can also follow the independent men's and women's national teams at USA Handball MNT and WNT, respectively. Speaking of women's national team stuff, we've got a pretty interesting event going on this weekend. Handball Futures is going to bring in women from around the country, give them an opportunity to train in an intense, cooperative environment with some of the best coaches in the United States in their own hopes of making it to the Olympics. So for all the women who are here to do that, good luck. For everyone at home who is supporting them, hope it's your personal person gets in. Aside from that, the beach season is going to kick off here soon. If you've seen or heard of beach handball, that's coming up live. We have multiple tournaments going on throughout the summer. We're going to be posting about those over on our USA Team Handball Clubs page at USATH_clubs. That way, the main page is going to be where you can go to see national team stuff and other major events happening. Club stuff, find the team around where you are. Go ahead and try to find them on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Probably not YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, website. If you have any questions about if there is a registered team near you and you exhaust all your resources, can't find one, go ahead, open up the USA Team Handball home page. We've got the clubs directory there as well. About 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. We're going to take a brief intermission here. And return as the game starts. Referee race test. We are on. Next go now. Looking on the attack, looking on the right, looking on the left. Interplay through the backs. Slow to start. No play call. It's not good there. Next go trying to break the line. Greenland now on the attack. I'm just going to go through here for Greenland. And they go big cross. Here it goes over. Center back to the right. Right back. And tracking out. Wing thought that wasn't able to go through. And that's a missed pass. And it will pass winning possession. Mexico able to capitalize on that. They take 3. Well done for next thing you know, great play. Third good first one split this half, 11-7. Spawn, but the same shot they had at the end of the last week, and the same thing there. They go for the pivot cross, listen, out to the left. Mike takes a shot, and it's Swimming fracture on from Strix. He was great for him yesterday. Shared a lot of minutes with his counterpart beforehand. Seems like he's back in. Stuff. Into play with the back. Moving to the cross to the shot. No goal. Bringing now. Move with motion. No, they get off. No, they don't. Couldn't stop the angle. Tries to get a hand on it. Start that one. They need what they need to come back here. They can score because they do there. And they stop it. Greenland now. Greenland player looks to reserve play. And waiting for the referee to give him the signal. Referee speaking with the Mexican coach on the sideline. Referee says good to play. Greenland out to the left. Going through the middle of the pivot, and it's stopped. Pivot went down a little bit too hard there. You can't make them with backhand attacks. As Minnetonka takes up to take it. And it'll be Crabtree that stays in play on goal. Hook, and he gets it. Just like that, Minnetonka getting his best, getting his team up 19-12 to Greenland. Mexico now. Can they respond? We'll start this one, passing the ball around as per usual. We'll go for the winning first. You get the motion going. Not quite as much of a mixing ball as Greenlanders. Unfortunate as indications. Now they go, wing cross. They run to the middle, and Greenland goes for Peter. Finishing Mexico for the 2-1 position. Smith manages to pass it down to his winger, who gets a shot in. Mexico now, looking to respond. Going down the middle. From the left. Into the right. Center back is yet to call play. Is he making this move? Yes. He's speaking with his back. And referee timeout. Something was on the court. Referee has to take it on. And the referee whistles the ball back to the play. And the speed next time, let's make the play up. They're talking to each other on the court. Here from the wild way. And then there we go. Cross to the left. The crack tries to break through, cross right, and then jump shot over. Would have gone through, not enough power on it. Now Greenland. Looks like they're trying to get a substitution right now. After that sub, they begin their attack with a wing in. Wing in. Listen there. And wing back out. Empty. I think the defense from the right wing just went back in with wide open. 21-12 to Greenland. Now Mexico. Looking for something. They're taking the time setting the attack up. Mexico through the middle. And good promise. Goes to the center back. Center back goes to the left back and cross. Left back tries to go through the middle. He tried to pass back to the right back on a double. He didn't get through. Back to the center now. Center back. Jumps out through the middle. He gets it. Mexico 13 on the board. Still a huge deficit to overcome. Greenland seems to be picking up even more speed on offense. Minute Mark goes out to the right back. And intercepted by Mexico. Mexico is fast right now. Can they capitalize? 1-2 jump shot. They do. Mexico takes that one 14-21. Referee calls Greenland back to the line. They can go forward so the ball's in play. Pivot obliges. Greenland setting themselves up now. Mark takes his place on the right. Center back spurts the ball between the left and the right. Center back looks for the empty cross. He gets it. Off now. Passes it once again to the back. Tries to break through the middle. But no. Mexico ball. Mexico once again on a fast break. Can they get two? Yes, they can. See if Greenland has it in them to score after that. That's two in a row if they follow through the line. Overall, super the possible. Mexico. Defense holds up strong. The Romans strong there as well. Nicely done. Grab one wild. And so unfortunately losing possession without that balance. Greenland now passing around. As Leonard checks in. As does Stashimensi. Right back. Right back tries to make it to the middle, goes out of the way. That'll be an unbounce. Mexico's ball again. Mental errors by Greenland, giving Mexico everything that they have to and they capitalize. Mexico through the middle, down to the right. Right back finds the blue, and he doesn't get it, but he gets a 7 out of it. Mexico, number 21, will go to the line. That's Manuel Rivas. Referee calls it good. Rivas able to break it back. Mexico has been quiet this year. Mexico is starting to gain some traction on offense. It's going to come down to whether or not Mexico's defense can hold up strong against Greenland. Going for a tip across to the right. Now at the center, goes to the center back on the left. Cycles back through the right back. Right back, break through goal. Greenland able to just break through Mexico's defense to cover. Nothing stopping there. Mexico now looking for a response. Starting from the center. Into the back. Merlin charge sets the play. Again with a wing cross. Pass out to the right. In the center. Jump shot Necker. Just over the ball. Greenland now on a trade rebound. And the Mexico, there's some good offense, but their defense just cannot get this. Mexico, Illinois, Every bit of support they can muster. Can they capitalize on it? Mexico from the middle goes out left from the middle. Tries to break through, and that'll just be enough. Trying to draw the shot. Really after the reset now. Next go goes to the center back shot. It just keeps it out. Olsen starting to wake himself up a little bit there. As Greenland immediately scores with that fresh from the lead. Mexico now. Looking left. Looking to the center again. Center back is playing and he wants to pivot to move. Pivot in motion. Left back to right back to center. And the center referee gives some reprieve on the Mexican side. Says that was a slippery spot. So the foul whistle will come out and watch out. If it drops off, the referee looks to make the whistle. Plays the start again. And it does. Mexico now from the center. They start their crossing maneuvers. To the left. Mexico now again. From the left. Another double swivel. Greenland's for us. Referee says no good. And Mexico almost with a riveting ball. Not able to break through. And that's a 2 minutes of descent on number 17 of Greenland. Not sure what words were spoken, but whatever it was, the referee did not like it. Play will restart. Greenland now down to man with pull their keeper. Greenland out to the side. The center back checks in. Now on the right. To the cross. Back to the right. Goes to the left back. On the cross. Back to the center back. And they go in the middle. Try to break through. They'll find his space. Greenland moving like they're trying to break it. Santiago they're able to keep those out. But it goes out the side, so they did hard. Greenland now. Calling for a wing cross. They get it. Greenland starting to move as much as they can, trying to break open anything they can on the defense. And Gantry stops that one. He's done stop that one. Goal Greenland. 25-16. And then from the referee still conversing with stuff being found on the court. Now Mexico taking their time, setting their play up. Now they're moving back into play. When we break through, they're able to do it there. Go down to the wings. And they break through, and we stop. That is multiple attacks in a row where they couldn't break through. And another timeout from the referee. This time for what I believe is a reviewing of the call. And it'll go. Greenland now on the attack. Greenland hasn't used their wings too much, but when they do, it's been deadly. We'll see if that changes. They have no real reason to change what they're doing this far. Just like that. Wing cross in. If they start to roll into the center. Mexico's defense getting frustrated with this. And a hole is open. A hole's taken. A shot's taken. A goal is made. Just like that, Greenland Now 10 up on Mexico. Mexico trying to go for a fast break at something. And that shot is blocked. Hard shot, but it's clean. The referee, there's some words for the Greenland defense and for the Mexican attack. Not the first time this tournament we've seen some butting of heads down between threes. Greenland. Standing strong so far. Are they going to stop this defense? Or can Mexico get through? Mexico can get through, just like that. For everyone at home, I hope you're noticing the same pattern I am. If you go for the middle, you're not going to get much. When you go on the sides, most of these teams can get someone through and can score. Greenland. Big across. Ball goes to the right in the center now. Goes to the left. Center back trying to disperse up the can. The wing in on the left for Greenland doesn't take advantage of it. Does cause a position. That shot is wide. And it looks like another wet spot will cause another timeout. We're pointing out all of these teams fighting for world championship competitions and qualifications. They are going to be getting into it all. As such, they are definitely going to be sweating. And that'll be a 7-meter for Greenland. 33 minutes left. Okay. And he gets it. Just like that, we're looking at a 26 to 17 game. The minutes ticking by, it's not clear how Mexico is going to be able to come back from this one. They may have to end the group stages winless. Greenland, for its efforts, will have to have that win against Canada as the head-to-head as they go and hold the States on Saturday. However, this game is still far from over. There's a 10-point deficit. Mexico pitch doesn't do. Greenland now on their own attack. And it'll be a timeout for Greenland. Timeout, we take a short commercial break.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunderborg, we are close.
We are back after that timeout. Greenland takes the field in no rush particularly. I'm sure they want this clock to start, but comfortable lead here. Discussing amongst themselves who will take what position. Both teams at full right now. 17 to lead. They start this interplay as the pivot moves across. And pivot now goes for the cross. Greenland once again starts up and goal one attack. Down to the right. Right back goes through the middle, drops the ball on a straight pass. They will get it back in the second game. Runs through the next player. Good defense by Mexico to keep that player from going through there. That'll be a 9. Greenland now on the left. Over to the center. He takes his dribble. Looks for the right, takes the right, and there'll be a travel call on Greenland. Ball to Mexico. Mexico now with a different look as usual. Martinez Gutierrez back to the center back. Mexico looks to their wings. A little less than Greenland does, but not much. Both these teams very heavy on the wing cross just to get things moving a little bit. And goes to the wing there. He's not even a breakthrough pass to the center back. Center back finds a blitz line. Scores it. Mexico 18, Greenland 27. Now Greenland, I no reason, personal reason for us. Got all the time in the world, as long as the referee doesn't have it in his hand for passing. They start off with traditionally the big cross. All the teams this weekend have loved it with the cross. Cross into the right, passes up the left. From the center, back to the right. Back to the center. The center back lifts, finds a hole, and the find it back. A great goal for Greenland. Mexico now in motion. Tries to use the momentum, tries to break through, and they don't get it, but they do get an eye. Just off the crossway. Mexico restarts play. Swapped out players again. Number 2, the attempt. Now checking in, number 7, Brian Mopos. Mexico goes to the empty cross. Cross, wing cross in the center. Wing breakthrough, wing get. Mexico with defense. Everything up. Higher scoring, this happens goals like this, sure. And that would be a 7 for hard contact on the back of Mexico. Mexico cannot give up those mental errors if they plan on a comeback here anytime soon. As the Mexican shot stopper, number 24, Victor Salgado comes in and prizing his role, the captain and the coach. Let's take the shot. That one's up. And he gets it. Greenland do not want to give up that 10-point lead. Now Mexico. Slow to their line. King up. Pivot is moving in position. Both wings sit high. And wing cross in the right. To the left. Getting that movement going. Mexico is less in the center than Greenland's is. And they follow the shot down to the in pivot. That'll be a turnover. Greenland now. Moving. Moving in with the 7 seconds. Center back to left back. Pivot cross. Long pivot cross. And he hits the 3. Go to the left back. Because Minnesota doesn't do anything with it. That's how Mexico goes for the interception, loses his man, and is on the score. Greenland executing perfectly. Mexican 1 on the right came out for a steal, missed the steal. Immediately they went to the wing, capitalized. Well, I'm not a winger myself, but I just say the wing is quite open and quite deadly this tournament so far. I was surprised they aren't going to those guys quite as much. That's not a strategy. We stick to the strategy. Don't be changing for no reason. There's the reason I'm in the booth and not Elm Simple. Mexico shot. They go for a long ball, and it's just wide. So it's quite wide. As Mexico will have that ball, and they get away with murder there. And they go into a 7-man attack now. A double pivot 7-man attack. Down 8 minutes left. Everything they can to turn them back. Will they be able to? Thus far. Mexico able to break through the line there. Good goal. 30. Greenland now facing a pressurizing Mexican defense. Mexico causes a mental error. Mexico from the wing. Once. Mexico with a quick break goal there. We'll see if they can do more of those or if this one's over. 7 minutes and 9-goal deficit. They're going to have to pressure Greenland's offense a little more than they're currently doing if they want a chance at this one. Greenland now. Passing the back. They have no reason to split this up themselves. Pivot cross starts the motion. Empty cross. Now to the CB. Now in the center. Goal. No correct in Mexico. Mexico from the center. Goes out left. Breaks through. Goal. High scoring second half so far. Neither goal you can stop it. That ball goes long. Mexico does not seem to have the energy in them we expect their team trying to make a comeback. They're not playing high on the defense. They may just be playing for reps now. Greenland certainly playing to take their time as much as they can. Greenland into the center, out to the right. Right back to the center again. He misses the ball, and Greenland will keep possession. Almost out of bounds on plate. As Mexico stops that attack, goes long. That's great breakaway. Goal. Good run by the Mexicans. Take their time. Mexico punished once for coming out on Greenland. Seems like they won't be doing that again. Greenland goes down to the wing. Isn't able to get it. Cycles back and basic 9 throw. Now to the left in the center. Center back interplay. Empty cross. And face the goal. Let's go now. On the line. Goes to the center. Goes to the left. Left back to the center. Center tries to spin through it. And he gets it. Greenland is sort of pulling down the air. That would be a 2-minute for number 8. So victory whistle. Brandon standing on the line. Referee blows. We're good to go. There's a really good facility. There's not for us. 25, 41. 25, 40 gone. Taking the American post. Greenland now. Empty cross. And left back wobbles it. Gets to the right back. Right back goes through. Takes the shot. And it's a lob pass that's missed. They'll be awarded the center. Hard defense by the Mexican line. Who else? Number 33, minute clock to take. Well, I'll say this has been a dominating second half for Greenland. Mexico with no real chance in this one. Wish I could say they're still fighting. It looks like they're going for reps at this point, though, as they're not doing things they do like hard press. That they take for a 0-3 position. Under 5 minutes now left in the game. I think this one's about wrapped up. As a reminder, up next after this, we have the United States of America versus Team Canada. That'll be right here on USA Team Handball Instagram page or YouTube page as well. We're going to end this stream afterwards, so you will have to click on a new button if you want to watch that one. A minute left, Mexico down 1. And nope, never going to turn it over. Mexico unable to capitalize on Greenland's 2 minutes. Excuse me, Mexico down. Mexico unable to capitalize down 1. Greenland now at no rush, taking all the time they can before getting a passing. The referee doesn't seem to see a passing. As a reminder, referee can call passing as soon or as well as he wants to. Generally speaking, and Greenland able to take it to the game. Go through some motions, maybe get some new faces in, and we'll go to a brief commercial break.
Discover a treasured part of Florida called the Jewel of the Treasure Coast. For good reason. A fusion of coastal old Florida and new adventures, where sunset dining intertwines with vibrant local art scenes. And tea times meet game days for effortless enjoyment. Uncovered treasure in St. Lucie, Florida.
Three minutes at this one. This time is 27:01, counting up to 30. The score currently stands: Greenland 33, Mexico 24, 29 seconds left for a 2-minute. It's number 8. Greenland is not going to be pressed for any time right now. They're going to take whatever they can. Winger tries to come out and make something happen. He's not that way. Mexico sits out the field line. Greenland now. They get on the great three goes to drives through the line and another 70 Greenland. As Mexico defending a little too hard from the minute hook to take. Number 24 for Mexico, Victor Salgado between that. I am surprised. Santiago had an excellent to go with Mr. Salgado to stick this to him. Was that the deciding factor? I don't think so. But one does think which of these two guys should be the number. Which of these guys should be the two. It was good to get reps in with Mexico after their 2 down yesterday against the United States. Greenland now the tackle. Greenland goes to the wing. And it's a good. Mexico gets moving, energy goes down to the one way, and he's not able to get the section. Follow the finish just a little bit similar, Greenland possession. Under a minute 30 now. Greenland moving as much as they can, which is then to. Once again, at this point, their goal is to avoid passing. They set the play up they want to set up when they want to set it up. New pivot in for Greenland, number 14, Tina Wilson. He hasn't gotten much in the course today. Mexico stepping out to play defense, and they get that one on a fast break, and they play a kickball in Greenland's possession. Greenland now, this could be their last possession if they play it right, or if they don't want to see what they should say. Take first time they need to, main force, and we go back. Sounds right. Goes to the middle. Pass it down. Try to find the back half stuff even there. Greenland trying to get a little shifty and creative with the near the end there, trying to utilize that pivot for to break through that movement. However, they're not able to get the empty cross. Puts the out to the right, back to the middle. Tries to go through on himself, passes cross, no go. Greenland defeats Mexico 35-25. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been the 2026 NACHC Men's World Qualifiers in Bentonville, Iowa. My name is Kurt Schaefer. Thank you once again for tuning in. Thank you to all the sports staff that made this happen. And we will catch you guys shortly